What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on BABA stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on a price chart and how we get there. Then I will continue with the fundamental news that led the price to these low ranges, and as you can see, this asset lost about 18% of its value during just 2 sessions. And at the end of this video I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis, and I will show you what should we expect next. So let's start with the price chart. As you can see, all of the Chinese stocks lost double digits during the Monday's session, and Alibaba lost, as I already mentioned, about 18% of its value with this highly increasing bearish volume. And definitely this movement to the downside was the result of some kind of external pressure on this asset. And if we take a look on other Chinese stocks, we can conclude that it is not the only company that has this impact by some external conditions. And what was the reason of this movement? First of all, let me show you that the beginning of this movement is right here. On October 24th, we have this article on CNBC that is titled "Alibaba Tencent shares plummet 11% alongside China tech stocks as sea tightens grip on power." And the key points are following. Shares of Chinese tech giants Alibaba and Tencent closed down more than 11%. Search company Baidu was 12% lower, while food delivery firm Meituan tanked more than 14%. The moves come after Chinese President Xi Jinping paved the way for an unprecedented third term as a leader and packed the Politburo Standing Committee with loyalists. Investors fear continuing strict policy that could hamper growth of tech giants, and very few people who can challenge Xi's policies, even those that are negative for growth. And definitely this is not the main reason. Basically, it is the beginning of the main reason. And the third term is not so scary as it is. But let me show you this. Right here we can see the picture, and right next to Mr. Xi we can see the empty chair. And why it is happening? And let me show you this article. Probably you already know that on the closing ceremony we had some weird so-called performance. And let me quote you this article. Former Chinese leader Hu Jintao unexpectedly led out of a room as party congress came to a close. And let me quote you this. Hu Jintao was unexpectedly led out of Saturday's closing ceremony of the Communist Party Congress. Hu, 79, was seated in a prominent position at the front table in the Great Hall of the People in Beijing, directly next to his successor, current leader Xi Jinping, when he was approached by a staff member, video meeting shows. And definitely, when we can see that a lot of news agencies published these photos and this video, and this is really scary, and this leads to some kind of strengthening policy, and this leads to probably the unlimited power of current Chinese leader Xi Jinping. And definitely this scares investors a lot, and because of this we have this massive movement to the downside that probably is not the end. But I will show you in my technical analysis that we have a quite bullish setup right now for Alibaba. But for now, let's continue with the fundamental numbers of Alibaba. Right now we can see that forward PE ratio for this asset is only 10.14, and this means this asset is extremely undervalued. And the only reason why we have this low price for Alibaba is the Chinese Communist Party. And because of this example, you can clearly see how powerful the political pressure might be. And definitely right now, let me show you on the price chart. If I switch to monthly time frame, we can see that this asset is approaching its all-time low level at $57.2, and right now it hit about $58.01, so not more than 81 cents above the all-time low level for Alibaba. And let me remind you that from its lowest point on the beginning of September 2015, this asset fundamentally continue to grow. Definitely this growth is not the highest one, especially for the last several months, but it is still very impressive, and this company fundamentally is a very good contender to be in your portfolio, but you have to remember all the risks. So, and let's continue with the technical analysis, but before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, first of all, let me show you indicators. On RSI, as you can see, we are at the level which this asset hits for the first time. It is only 30.21 and it is right above the lower range of neutral territory. This means if this asset breaks this range to the downside, it might be a complete disaster on a monthly time frame. So let's switch to daily time frame and let me show you what do we have right here. Right here we still have a bearish pressure on RSI and we consistently see lower highs and lower lows, and this bottom didn't break the previous bottoms on a daily time frame, but the RSI is pointing down. This means the downside pressure might continue and we might see lower price targets. But if we will take a look on the price action itself, we can see very bullish candle, and let me show you that this candle is a hammer. And it is a very bullish candle because the psychology behind this candle is following. Bears try to push the price down, but bulls regain the control and push the price up. And the volume shows that this movement to the upside might be the beginning of a new, at least short-term uptrend. On top of that, we have a huge gap in between $69.34 and $64.55, which should be filled by the price. And this means from the candlestick analysis standpoint, we have a very bullish setup. And what should you do if you want to enter the position? First of all, you have to realize that this might not be the very end of its movement to the downside. And you have to realize all the risks that Chinese Communist Party might continue its pressure on tech giants in China. And we might see even more bearish pressure if the audit will be completed, if the PCAOB audit will be completed without results that will satisfy all the counterparties. And this means we can have a next leg to the downside. But in a short period of time, I'm pretty sure that we should have at least a bounce to the upside. And if you are risky enough, you can accumulate even your short-term position all the way down to the ranges of about $58.44. And depending on your entry price, the upside potential for this asset might be up to 20% depending on the entry and exit prices. So definitely it is quite tricky to make any assumptions in a medium-term perspective, because we have to see more clarity from the Chinese Communist Party. But overall, without the risks, you cannot have rewards, and that's why if you're risky enough, just accumulate and wait for these gains of about 17 to 20%. So I think from the technical standpoint that's it for now. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stay